CCP besieges Tesla as warning to Musk. Tesla, a popular American car company that entered China 3 years ago, has encountered a series of troubles this year, from being accused of spy cars to brake failure. It was recently publicly trashed at an international auto show and criticized by the Chinese Communist Party's official media. Analysis suggests that the Chinese Communist Party's crackdown on Tesla is an inevitable step after it traded the market for key electric vehicle technology, as well as to combat Tesla CEO Musk's Starlink plan. On the first day of the Shanghai International Automobile Industry Exhibition at the China National Convention and Exhibition Center on April 19, 2021, there was a surprising scene. Two women wearing white t-shirts with the words "brake failure" printed in red went around the Tesla booth, pulled down the decorative umbrella, and stood on the roof of a Tesla Model 3, shouting "Tesla brake failure" over and over. This action immediately caused an uproar, and two security guards forcibly carried the women away from the scene. These disturbances actually started more than a month ago. On March 9th, a video circulated on the internet showing a woman sitting on the roof of a white Tesla in Zhengzhou, Henan province, holding a megaphone and repeatedly playing, "Tesla Model 3 brakes failed during the Spring Festival, causing a traffic accident that nearly killed a family of 4." The following day, the official Tesla customer support Weibo account responded to the event, stating that investigation of vehicle data and photos from the scene showed that the car was driving at 118.5 kilometers per hour before the brake pedal was stepped on. The ABS worked normally during braking, and no vehicle braking system abnormalities were found. Tesla also presented the accident liability certificate issued by the traffic police, which judged that the driver, Mr. Zhang, the owner's father, violated the relevant laws regarding safe driving and maintaining a safe distance, and should be held fully responsible for the accident. The incident once again attracted some public attention, and the two sides failed to reach an agreement on the attribution of responsibility. The situation escalated on April 19th when the woman from the video, Miss Zhang from Zhengzhou, showed up at the Tesla booth on the opening day of the Shanghai Auto Show. On the afternoon of the incident, Tesla said that the owner's previous collision accident was the result of speeding violations, stating that, "For nearly 2 months, we have always maintained active negotiations with the owner, expressed willingness to assist in completing testing, repairing, or insurance, while proposing a variety of solutions. However, since the owner does not accept any form of third-party testing and strongly rejects all of our proposed solutions, we can only continuously communicate on related matters." Tesla China Vice President Tao Ling said, "There will be no compromise on unreasonable claims." On April 20th, the Chinese Communist Party media took the lead and, with other official media both large and small, rushed to launch a verbal attack on Tesla. Xinhua news agency boldly questioned, "Who gave Tesla the courage to make no compromise?" and haughtily declared, "No matter which car company, they must be in awe of the Chinese market." The People's Daily published an article titled, "No Product is Irreplaceable." The editor-in-chief of the Global Times wrote that Tesla's reputation has to pay the price for failing to handle the controversy with its customers. Even Chang'an Jian, the official WeChat of the CCP's Central Political and Legal Affairs Commission, issued an article claiming that Tesla must face Chinese customers' questions. A large number of Chinese people also left comments under Tesla's official Weibo account, chanting, "Go back to the US." Under strong public pressure, Tesla issued a statement late that night apologizing, and on April 21st provided Zhengzhou regulators with complete driving data for the half hour before the accident. The data was 48 pages long, with a total of 6,697 entries. The data for the minute before the crash showed that the vehicle was traveling at 118.5 kilometers per hour when the driver last hit the brakes. Within 2.7 seconds after the driver pressed the brake pedal, the forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking function activated, mitigating the magnitude of the collision. and 1.8 seconds after the ABS activated, the system recorded the collision. The data showed that before the collision, the speed had been reduced to 48.5 kilometers per hour, which means that the braking function was normal and the collision occurred because the car was going too fast and was too close to the vehicle in front of it. The data also showed that the driver had pressed the brakes more than 40 times in the 30 minutes prior to the accident, while the vehicle had exceeded 100 kilometers per hour several times and had multiple braking stops. All of these indicate that the car's braking system had been working properly. The publication of the driving record data sparked a high level of interest among the mainland public and even trended on Weibo. The Weibo article in which the China Market Monitor published the data was read more than 3.5 million times, and there were also many comments from netizens, mostly in support of Tesla. One netizen said, "Here's a picture for you guys. The incident happened on April 19th, which was indeed the media day for the auto show. Only members of the media with passes could get in, so how did Miss Zhang enter the venue? The 19th was the first day of the auto show and was also the day with the most media present. She must have entered the show under the arrangement of related parties in violation of regulations in order to cause this organized and premeditated disturbance. It can be said that a trap had been set for Tesla. Its success had attracted too much attention." Another netizen said, "The aim of the CCP is simply to draw away Tesla's attention and then slowly steal its technology to launch Huawei driverless vehicles to replace it. Tesla's fate sooner or later will be the same as Samsung's, completely uprooted by the CCP." It is no coincidence that Tesla has been targeted on the occasion of this auto show, and that the CCP, its media, and related industries have risen up to attack it. Back in February, 5 departments, including the State Administration for Market Regulation and the Cyberspace Administration of China, interviewed Tesla and issued a warning to the electric car maker. The move was aimed at creating a negative public perception of Tesla as having outstanding quality problems. So do these world-renowned electric cars, the top sellers in China, really have serious quality problems? Last month, China released its 2020 complaint-to-sales ratio ranking, which lists the number of quality complaints received against more than 40 mainland car brands for every 10,000 vehicles sold. Tesla's complaint-to-sales ratio is 0.7 per 10,000, or 7 complaints for every 100,000 vehicles sold, ranking high on the consumer recognition list. At the bottom of the list is an electric car from BYD, which has a complaint sales ratio of 36 per 10,000, receiving more than 51 times more consumer complaints than Tesla. As seen, the siege launched by the Chinese Communist Party's official media against Tesla is clearly not about car quality problems or consumer interests, but purely politically motivated. In March, a photo of a notice banning Tesla parking in the family homes of PLA troops circulated on the Chinese internet. Tesla has been caught up in allegations of spy cars and has been restricted from use in the military, state-owned enterprises in sensitive industries, and important institutions. In response to the ban on Tesla and blame from officials, Tesla founder Elon Musk not only clarified that Tesla does not engage in espionage at the China Development Forum in late March, but also praised the carbon emission targets set by the Communist Party's 14th five-year plan in an interview with CCTV. Musk hadn't expected that Tesla, the largest electric car and solar panel company in the US, would encounter such a cold greeting so soon after opening up the Chinese market, in stark contrast to the warm welcome it received 3 years ago.
We're incredibly excited to break ground on the Shanghai Gigafactory.
Musk defied the Trump administration's proposal based on an America First strategy that U.S. companies should boost U.S. manufacturing and produce on their home turf. He instead went to China in July of 2018 to sign an agreement with the Shanghai government to officially locate its factories in Lingang, Shanghai. During the US-China trade war, Tesla became the first Western car company to build a wholly owned factory in China, enjoying preferential treatment and subsidies from the Chinese Communist Party, quickly opening up the Chinese market and becoming the leader in China's electric vehicle industry. In the first 11 months of 2020, Tesla sold 114,000 Model 3s in China, far more than its domestic competitors. China is Tesla's largest market after the US, and its sales there account for about a quarter of the company's global sales. Tesla has energized the new energy vehicle industry, becoming the benchmark for electric vehicles in China. It introduced advanced technology and management experience, created a virtuous business cycle, and directly drove the takeoff of China's pure electric vehicle industry. The UBS report scores the electric vehicle sector in China, the US, and Europe, and concluded that China has surpassed the US to score number 1. UBS also estimates that China may have several leading global automotive and industry chain companies by 2030, capturing nearly half of the global electric vehicle market. In fact, Chinese companies are already among the top tier in electrical vehicle batteries, with Chinese companies already occupying about 60% of the global automotive battery market. In the era of traditional fuel vehicles, it has been difficult for China to overcome the core technological challenges of the internal combustion engine era. Chinese car brands only account for about 1/10 of the global share and have almost no influence outside China. The rise of the new energy vehicle industry, represented by electric vehicles, has made CCP policymakers realize that capturing the high ground and supply chain in this new field may give China a shortcut to achieving its dream of becoming an automotive powerhouse. In March this year, the CCP officially issued the 14th five-year plan, which lists new energy and new energy vehicles as strategic emerging industries and strengthens the development of military-civilian integration in new energy and other fields. The Chinese Communist Party's electric vehicle strategy has caused alarm in the West. In a December 28th report, the Voice of America quoted a number of experts as saying that the Chinese Communist Party is not only investing huge amounts of subsidies in its electric vehicle industry, but is also suspected of stealing technology in an attempt to catch up with traditional auto powers in Europe, the United States, and Japan in terms of electric vehicles. William Evanina, director of the U.S. National Counterintelligence and Security Center, or NCSC, publicly stated last year that stealing U.S. aircraft technology and electric vehicle technology are two of the priorities of the Chinese Communist Party's espionage efforts. Competition for electric vehicles in mainland China is currently fierce. NIO, XPeng Motors, and Li Auto Inc., which followed in Tesla's path to make sales in the U.S., all saw their highest sales last year and increasing share prices. Tesla, which represents a smart, high-level, purely electric car, has been copied, besieged, and then caught up to step by step by numerous CCP-backed competitors. Now, public opinion influenced by the CCP has built up momentum to kick Tesla out of China. By cracking down on Tesla, the CCP is actually warning Tesla's owner, Musk. Musk's space exploration technology company, SpaceX, is implementing its Starlink program. In recent years, SpaceX has sent a large number of satellites into near-Earth orbit, which will be linked into a star chain to provide high-speed internet access with global coverage. The achievement of this technology will bring U.S. communications directly into the 6G era, skipping and far surpassing the 5G network era, which is dominated by the Chinese Communist Party. Starlink will provide direct internet access to the entire world, all over the globe, and it is likely that the CCP's network firewall will be breached, which will be an even more serious and deadly blow to the Chinese Communist Party's rule.